Hello guys, it's Unders. Had a lot of chat on my video about using Waves Talk as a creative effect, and a few people saying there's not really any examples of it on drum tracks and things like that, and what else you can do with it. I don't want to show the really obvious thing, which is you've recorded some drums and you just want to tweak it down a little bit and change just a couple of cents just so it's sitting in right. That is the purpose of it. I like to be a bit more creative with things. So what I've got here is a really old session, or at least I think it's old. I couldn't remember when it was from, and I found it. And it's got a great big number of drum recordings we did on it. And what I've done is just narrow down into two we're looking at here. And if we just listen to this little section, I've got Talk switched off at the moment. Cool, so it's okay, it's an alright set of drums. They're not particularly mixed great, they just seem to have gates and a couple of EQs on, so I assume this wasn't a finished mix. I don't remember. But what I've done here is just done a little bit of creative twist. Now if we listen to the same thing again with Talk switched on, there's a little bit extra flavour going on. So what's happening there, these toms are a really key part. Without Talk, they're really quite bland. They're all just like this same whoomp, big muddy tom hit. Not particularly great. If you have a listen here. Yay, very tommy. However, with Talk, and we've just done a little bit of adjustment here, and you can see I've done it sort of per hit. And on this second to last one, it's even sliding up during the hit, and it gives some extra dynamic to the drums, and that took about 10 seconds to do. Listen. So I'm just going to do a loop over that little section right there. We're just going to on and off it so you can really hear what a difference that makes. There's nothing else going on though. I've just got the noise gate and then Talk, and I have obviously tuned it to the right frequency and whatnot. You can see what's going on here. So we're going to have it off, then on, then probably off again. We'll decide. And it's just so much more fun with it on. And I think this is where this plugin really shines, because if you were to do that using pitch shifting, things like that, it adds all sorts of artifacts because it's grabbing different frequency areas and moving up. There is a way to do it without Talk, but it's going to be a lot more complex than putting one plugin on and being able to twist the knob. It's so unbelievably simple. The other thing I've done is taken this snare track here, which is just this little guy. Now, bear in mind, I've got like 4 layers of the snare here, but I just chose this one. It was the best sounding recording. By my naming, it would have been bottom snare, and this is going to be session 1, and this was a take 1 as well. Cool, so that's alright, just a nice little snare thing going on there. However, I've just let it pitch up just a little bit during that, and it just adds a little build up into that tom roll, which worked really nicely. Now it's adding some artifacts, however when the whole drum track's in, they're not that noticeable. And it's just so much more dynamic. If we have them both off, it's completely artificial, but it's adding some extra feel in there. And this is sort of the point I was trying to get across in the other video. It's amazing that I can do this and cut up breaks and play around with them like this, but this is the real use for it in terms of being creative. Taking some stems and you can add a bit of extra life in. Now this is a live recording, it's got loads of life in it, it's not been edited in any way, but you can tweak it to how you really want it to be, and that is so unbelievably powerful. And it's amazing to have it in a plugin that's so simple to use. I mean, the process that you'd probably have to go through to do this would involve copying the channel, isolating the frequency, pitching up that particular area, and then layering that in with the original recording with a notch cut out of that particular area. So you could pitch it up and you weren't going to get loads of phasing effects or pitching up the extra harmonics in it. It's doing it all for you. It's so simple. This is what Waves have been really good at this year. Putting out plugins that take really complex processes that can be achieved and just making them really simple and applicable on a single channel in an easy way at an affordable cost. Guys, I hope the video was helpful for you. I hope this has clarified a bit what I was getting on about in the previous video. If not, let me know again down below and I'll see what else we can do. See you on the next one.